Pistons play before the home crowd. And we've got it right here on 2K Sports, live from downtown Detroit. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from D.A. along the sideline all game long. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the Cavs in Cleveland. Here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
The underrated vision of Holiday. I like it when he's distributing, and I think his coach does as well.
Aldridge's shot is good. Tonight, a battle of up-and-comers. It'll take a lot of energy, Steve, but also some mistakes.
Yeah, turnovers for young guys. That's usually what turns the game around. And you can see the lack of experience. They miss their defensive rotations, and then when the game gets tight, they started to force shots. And it's fun to watch these kids grow up. But if I think of your coaching staff, you're trying to speed up their experience because it's probably not fun to coach when they're youngsters.
And here's Wiggins. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Plumlee with the rebound. Back to Holiday. It's up a three. Kicks it out to Harden. The Pistons working the ball around now. Here's Harden on the wing. Goes up again. And the layup is good. Harden's got 7 points in the game.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket. Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Jackson misses. The Pistons with a quick start to this game. 6-point game. Pass to Harden. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
Here's Aldridge from 18 feet away.
He likes to work that in-between area, upset with himself that he couldn't connect.
Back to Harden. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. A 3-ball. Rebounded by the Pistons. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
Great effort there. Aldridge sniffs out the shot, sends it back.
And it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That's his first foul. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Now here's White. Goes up to the stripe. It's good. Aldridge has got his second bucket of the game to go.
The mid-range game of Aldridge. So advanced, so well polished.
Back to Harden. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
You know, I love the effort just to get a hand in there. He is disrupting the offensive flow.
And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Jackson has the open look. Back to Aldridge. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots. Well, just think what's happening here. He hasn't found his groove, yet they still hold the lead.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in a groove, but communication on the defense has to be better.
And the jam by Harden.
Crafty ball handler coming off screens. Drew Holiday has the defense guessing. It guesses wrong. He's been locked in all quarter, really finding his rhythm.
Here's White, and White slams it in.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
Here's Aldridge, and it's sent back by Plumlee. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That is his first foul of the game. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Steve, when we talk about signature shots in the NBA, what about Aldridge's fadeaway jumper?
Usually starts with him backing down the defender. He turns, faces up, transfers weight from all the way forward to all the way back. Add in the high release point, virtually unblockable.
The Pistons leading.
And for Lynn, missing the season last year, he's just glad to be back. His playmaking and creativity is something that this team needs. As long as he's healthy and playing aggressively, he'll be an effective guard option.
Taking advantage at the charity strike like he always does. Terrific touch.
Tries again, and it's laid in by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 8 points.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
It doesn't take much for Pirtle to throw it down. At 7 feet tall, all he has to do is be near the hoop.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Out of bounds, Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession. Pass to Harden. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. He's got 15.
Extended the lead. This has been a great period for him offensively.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Harden with it. He's picked up by Walker. Harden's shot is good.
Yeah, what a quarter for him. Firing on all cylinders, putting this team in a good place.
Higgins with the block. Jackson looking around. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Harden outside to the middle. Here's Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion. James Harden getting it done for Detroit. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. Back to the action after this word. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
And I felt like in that first period, the difference really was their ability to execute offensively.
Yes, and make the extra pass. I love that about their game. So far tonight, extremely unselfish.
And for Detroit, a lot of changes, Greg, in their front office this past offseason.
A new GM and Dwayne Casey brought in to coach. Could see a drastic shift in style and approach for the Pistons moving forward.
Nice Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Harden's got the lead up to 7 now for the Pistons. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and, of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
They get the rebound. Pass to Aldridge. Now here's Johnson. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Johnson's got his first basket.
Great scores like Aldridge. D plays him to shoot. He locates the open man. Easy doing. Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter, but hasn't made one since.
Down low. Banked in off the glass. Aldridge has got 10.
LaMarcus Aldridge putting pressure on this defense, getting into the seams and making plays.
And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Inside. And it's sent back by Aldridge. They recover it. To the paint. Here's Harden. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Harden's.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. To the inside. And the jam by Harden.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
Last season marked a change, Smitty, as we know, in the number of timeouts a team can get, as well as the length of those timeouts. You think it's helped speed the game along a little bit, made it more efficient?
Yeah, I think it has. I love it that the coaching staffs are limited to 2 timeouts during the last 3 minutes. I love that it's sped up the game. I think next for us is start to look at how much time is spent on referees looking at the replay of plays. I think that's the next step for the NBA to kind of speed up the game.
And that one goes long.
Well, this is what happens when you're a threat down low. You attract a lot of defensive attention.
Here's Walker. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Walker's got his first points of the night. Lynn looking it over. Pass to Harden. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. And that's now 27 points for James Harden.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
And Milwaukee calls their first timeout of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
The reason why is you like to get value every time down the floor. But that does take a lot of discipline.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. To the wing on the left. 3-pointer. It's stolen. It's deflected. And stolen by White. Kazania. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. The Pistons working the ball around now. Pass to Okafor. Here's Holiday. He's still scoreless so far in this one. 6 to shoot. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Here's Okafor. The kick out to Holiday. From deep. And again, Detroit turns it over.
An unforced error. I'm not sure what was he thinking.
.149 left in the second quarter. Inside. Here's Len. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
To the paint. And then Okafor slams it in.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
And James Harden, last season's MVP, the runner-up in 2015, actually won the players' vote for MVP that season. But last season, he took home the official hardware. And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's Hezonja with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And that's sort of a picture of what not to do on those last two possessions. They're being way too loose with the ball.
And this is the value of letting the play develop. You find the weakness in the defense.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. That'll be the first half of a two-game trip.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
So they take the lead. And the Bucks lead by 2.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Kicks it out to Harden. It'll count. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that's it for the first. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Now here's Walker. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one is on Holiday.
Kemba Walker continuing the fine tradition of New York point guards. He should not go unmentioned when you talk about the NBA's best ball handlers.
Plumlee in the high post. Back to Holiday. Shoots over Walker. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And without a doubt, Kemba Walker, one of the league's most entertaining players.
And enlisted at 6'1", and you know, that might be a stretch, but he uses it to his advantage, staying low and almost dancing when he's out there attacking defenders.
And you know, Drew Holiday sometimes gets overlooked in the discussion of great point guards, but only because there's so much competition at that position. Wow, and this is his range. Maybe he was too wide open.
Milwaukee in the lead. Walker with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Kicks it out to Johnson. And stolen by Favors. Here's Harden. Got a piece of it. And here's the fast break. Walker leading the way. They get it back. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Plumlee with the steal. Here's Favors. Kicks it out to Harden. It's deflected. Here's Plumlee. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Harden. over Hazonia. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Man, at an important point in this game, that kind of turnover can really shift momentum.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Steve, you played with 6 different NBA teams. What's the best way to earn the respect of new teammates, for instance, in the case of you with the 6 different teams you played on?
I think, Kevin, being yourself in all situations. You come in and you do what we used to call the obvious. You play extremely hard. You're a good teammate, and obviously being on time, and you don't be one of those players that deviates from the system. Come in and follow the game plan, and don't try to go outside the game plan, and just be reliable and be disciplined.
Good perspective. Pass to Harden. Back to Lynn. Nice ball movement by Detroit. To the middle. Here's Wiles.
And really, Lynn has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
The kick out to Aldridge. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Aldridge has got the lead up to 5 now for Milwaukee.
Well, not the best look they can get, but at the end of the day, it's all about shot making.
Lynn. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
The mid-range game is becoming more of a lost art, but not for this guy.
And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Left side, Walker. Shoots over Lynn. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got 9 points. Pistons trailed by 5. The 3 from Harden.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Pass to Harden. Back to Lynn. And Harden with the stuff.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. In the 3rd quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Walker. Drills the elbow jumper. Walker's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Pass to Harden. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. And that's 31 points for James Harden.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And that one's good by Aldridge. Pistons trailed by 7. Back to Lynn. Kicks it out to Harden. Outside, Lynn. Pass to Harden. Now here's Lynn. Guarded by Jackson. 4 on the clock. Back to Lynn. And that one, good. 33 points for James Harden.
He has gotten into a terrific groove here, trying to wheel his team back into this.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That is his first foul of the game. The Bucks making a switch here. Down low. And it's sent back by Plumlee. Fast break, here they come. 13 feet away. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
All by himself.
And this is obviously where you'd like to see a 2-for-1.
End of quarter, great time to squeeze out an extra possession.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. 34 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Harden. From deep three-point range. No good. And Milwaukee the other way now. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Back to Hezonja. Clock at 6. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on James Harden. Milwaukee shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Pistons trailed by 9. Pass to Favors. To the paint. Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Detroit.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Holiday looking for an opening. Jacks up a 3. Good on the triple. Harden's got 38 points.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Third 3 of the game for him, first in this half. The new head coach of Detroit is Dwayne Casey. They're lucky he was available. He guided the Raptors to a franchise best 59 wins last season, and he was the coach of the year.
And stolen by White. Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Pass to Harden. There's the triple. The kick out to Holiday. Another shot. Off the left rim and out.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
What I love is he takes the right angle, affects the shot without fouling.
And it goes to show you that any coach can get fired. Casey, one of the most successful, highly regarded coaches in the league. And Smitty still got let go.
If you learn about all he's overcome, all the tough jobs he's worked in the past, you knew he'd take it on the chin and keep on trucking.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Pass to Wiggins. And it's Emeka Okafor with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Drills the three-pointer. And the Bucks lead by 12.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Wiggins with some nice D.
Can't finish. And defensively, nice job of altering the shot without fouling.
And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks. And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Walker goes in, inside, and the dunk by Aldridge.
And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
You know what they've done? They've been aggressive on both ends. That's showing up on the scoreboard.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. And Steve, looking at KD's move, the Isaiah Thomas trade, what level of loyalty is there now between players and teams?
You know, I think it comes down to, I know people get upset when, per se, like the Kevin Durant move, but he was a free agent, so he was allowed to move. I think when it comes a little tricky, when you have guys traded, that's when you start to see the players starting to see where they sometimes don't think the organization have loyalty, but sometimes, and you can see organizations a lot of times is just looking to make their teams better, but it really comes down to a trade when the loyalty starts to be questioned.
It's Harden with the drive, and the shot goes in. Harden's got 42 in the game.
You really got to tip your cap to him in terms of how he's played today, even if they end up losing this game. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Nice game, great performance by LaMarcus Aldridge.
And he's been taking it to the rack all game, and they haven't been able to contain him. They have to put up better fight on the inside.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Guys, I was able to listen in on what Dwayne Casey went over with his team, and he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive, and you've got to battle to get back in this thing. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. Shoots it. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
First free throw is good. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Smitty, every so often we'll hear about a team holding a players-only meeting. You've been there, I'm sure. You've gone through that. What exactly goes on in those discussions?
You know, Kevin, when you hear players-only meeting, something's going wrong with the team. And obviously, we meet all the time, but when there's specific, in quotation, a players-only meeting, that's a lot of things are going wrong with the team, with individuals, with the coaches or general managers. They are trying to find a way to hash it out, and those are never good.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
A 5-star recruit out of high school, Aldridge reportedly asked Shaq for advice about jumping to the NBA. Shaq told him to go to college. A couple years later, Aldridge is drafted the number 2 pick overall.
Lynn with it to the middle. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And regarding Aldridge, given his success at Texas, sounds like Shaq was right.
Aldridge just needed to develop strength, polish his skills. Hard to say where he would have been drafted right out of high school, but after 2 years of college, he went second.
And the southpaw stroke of Harden is just beautiful to watch. When he's cooking, he's one of the more lethal scorers in our league.
Begins with the block. Outside, Walker. There's the lob to Jackson. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
In this second half, the defense have been baiting him to shoot the three, and we're seeing why.
Here's Walker. Down low. And that one's good by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 10 points in just the second half.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Bucks.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
This team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Aldridge.
And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end in particular, getting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling.
On the wing, Harden. Here's Harden on the wing. Lets the three fly. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Pistons foul.
That free throw good from Walker.
Shooting from Milwaukee.
That one misses. And so it's Detroit with the ball. Whoops, they pick off the pass. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Shot on the wing. And that one drops. And the Bucks lead by 18.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
And here is Lyles. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up.